Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, and welcome to Command Power, the show in which we discuss all things Magic the Gathering with a focus on Commander. And today we have another episode in our Spoiler Spotlight series in which I talk about, well, spoilers and tell you what my thoughts are on them. But before that, just a quick reminder to click subscribe if you enjoy my videos. We're well on our way to 1 million subscribers and your support means everything to me. And today we're going to be talking about Galadhrim Ambush. For 3 colors and 1 green, it's an instant with create X 1/1 green elf warrior creature tokens where X is the number of attacking creatures and prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn by non-elf creatures. So for me, this screams Arachnogenesis all over again. That card was fairly underrated when it first released and then eventually became really expensive due to it not being reprinted outside of the Commander deck that it was in. These days it's a little bit easier to get these cards from the Commander deck since you can also get them in collector boosters and set boosters. However, it is still fairly rare to get these cards, so this should have a hefty price tag because in many ways it is better than Arachnogenesis. Yes, Arachnogenesis gives you 1/2s with reach, which are obviously better statted than 1/1s with no abilities. That is clearly better. However, there are multiple different ways in which this has the edge over that card. Number one is obviously that Elf is an incredibly supported card type in Magic the Gathering. It's probably the single creature type that has the most support, or it's right up there at the very least. And certainly in green, it is the premier creature type. So this is a huge boon to this card's playability. There are so many cards that work with elves, that buff elves, that want you to have elves coming into play, that this just gets so much better and is an auto-include in basically every elf deck that cares about combat. The other interesting thing about this card is that you don't need the creatures to be attacking you. They can just be attacking anyone, and it doesn't even need to be opponent's creatures attacking. You can use this after you've attacked with a bunch of your own creatures. Normally you're not going to want to be doing that, but there might be some reason for you to do so. You might have an effect that triggers on creatures entering the battlefield, and you can't afford to wait for your opponents to attack you. You just want those effects to trigger a bunch of times. Say you have something like Impact Tremors and you attack with 10 creatures with this, that's 10 damage to each opponent right there. So it's pretty awesome when you get to use it like that. It's not the main use, but it is nice that you get that flexibility and that option. It does cost 1 mana more than Arachnogenesis, which is definitely relevant. It's harder to leave up 1 extra mana. 4 mana is a lot to ask for really, but green decks again don't have that much trouble finding extra mana, and I think that the 1 extra mana is definitely worth the advantage of all the synergies you can get with elves and the fact that you don't actually need to be being attacked for this to be good. It's just good in so many situations, and fogs these days in Commander are getting better and better, at least in my meta where everything's still based around combat a lot. Fogs are really, really good, and this is one of the better fogs we've seen in a long time because you can actually block with those creatures and take down, and if you're running an elves deck, it's basically close to unbeatable if you have any sort of board state. You're just going to absolutely annihilate your opponents with all your buffed elves. So yeah, this card is obviously very good and it's probably going to be quite expensive. So good luck cracking packs and I hope you open many of these. So there you have it. Those have been my thoughts on this new spoiler. What do you think about this card? Please let me know in the comment section below. I read all comments and respond to all of them too. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click like or subscribe. It really helps the channel. And until next time, take care. Woo!